Sup shooters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to Esper Reviews, where today we have ourselves an album, a full album, the second solo album from an act named James Roan. And this is called Power Forward. If we switch over to here, we have the entire track list on YouTube, and we're going to listen to this from start to finish, this whole album from start to finish, and we're going to hear what we think. And probably should do some honorable mentions here. Artist, writers, James Roan. Vocals, James Roan. Producer, Koolizm 101. Mixed by Fresh Mix. Mastered by Fresh Mix. There's a lyric video made by Jake 150 with the social media handles as well down here. Let's go. And here we think. Boom. Oh, cool. We got some kind of stuttery, kind of synthy bits. Interesting. Intro. Overtime. Nice sub bass resonance there. Good, good, good. It's nice and full sounding. I like the charisma to it.
Yo, I welcome you to the new school, the new era. I move clever. If you knew who, you do better. The smooth fella on top of the stool with cool letters. Your crew let up. I'm watching them lose.
I like the way that this has not only been recorded and how the lyrics are being phrased, but also the way it's been produced. You know, that those vocal harmonies on top are kind of, they give a little bit more heft to it, and they sound interesting. And you know, I know that that's kind of a basic thing for someone to say, for something to sound interesting, but at the same time, it's like you kind of need something to sound unique when you're hearing an album for the first time. Otherwise, it can sort of seem a bit generic, and I'm not getting that vibe from this. It's great.
Make it look easy how I ride the beat, cause I make it look greasy when they lie on street. Surprise, happy to lace it, man, it don't make sense. How many places ran out of aces, gratifications, having relations, manifestation. Congratulations, I'm bad at waiting, had to be patient for my creations. I moved up, I'm who dudes trust to change the game, nigga. Same nigga, new lane, nigga. Big things with frames, nigga. So if you wanna see how I'm grown, then bump the shit up in your iPhone.
So is this to suggest that there's been growth from the previous record, and that like he's a new person with a whole lot of different skills and stuff like that, and people need to take notice of him?
Your time zone, yo. So if you wanna see how I'm grown, then
nice repeating this line. Cool.
Your time zone, nigga. Yeah.
Sick. All right. Cool. As I made my sales pitch, cool. Yeah, no, definitely. There's a nice sort of sense of self-awareness there. The drums are nice and punchy, consistent groove throughout, and you got a trumpet in there as well. Nice, really thick bass. And nice repeating on these end vocals as well. I really dig that. That's cool. You know, just to give it a sense of airiness and to help stand out with the rest of the elements in the mix. Power forward. Yep, absolutely. Straight to the point, cuts to the chase in under 2 minutes. Fantastic start to an album. No real complaints so far. Nice and bright and colorful and sort of a mystical kind of ethereal sort of nature to it. And I vibe with it, man. It's got energy. It's got a good sort of positive energy to it. I like it. I don't know what kind of journey we're going to go on, but we're going to find out. We got What's Up Now extended version. Just going to do the obligatory. Okay, we got producer Enon Jacobs, and then Fresh Mix must have done the mixing and mastering for this. Cool. Hang on a minute. Am I tripping? Yeah, okay. So there's different producers involved with different tracks. Cool. That's fine. Just wanted to double check that. Oh, these are some kind of really kind of unusual synthesizers. There's some kind of clashy intervals going on, but they're smoothed out with the EQing and they sound kind of cool. Bit of a wah pedal on them. This track's like 5 minutes, so we got a bit more room to breathe.
What's up now? Yeah, we with the wild shit. What's up now? Yeah, we still believing. What's up now? With ease we receiving. What's up now? If we want it, we gon' get it like. What's up now? All for the big dream. What's up now? Everybody spread love. What's up now? want it, let me hear you say, what's up now? Yeah, we took a loss. What's up now? Yeah, we went to wild shit. What's up now? Yeah, we still believing. What's up now? With ease we receiving. What's up now?
Okay.
If you want it, we gon' get.
We got this repetition, the call and response with the vocals, and that synth sort of part from before is going on. Nice quarter note groove on the drums. Or eighth note grooves? Yeah.
If you want to let me hear you say, what's up now? I'm killing them like Lonzo Ball. I cross over left, but they ass gon' fall. I go get it, I cancel. Y'all getting wicked with the witness in your camp, so soft, niggas.
Yeah, the words are coming through so clearly. This is clearly an artist, a rapper who's had a bit of experience on the mic, and he's careful with his delivery, and he's spent time polishing it. And I really enjoy the fact that I'm not having to search for the words, that they're coming through nice and clearly in the mix. Thank you for that.
Spinning your advance on cars. I'm a spitting niggas acting like I can't go hard. I'm in a hurry, motherfuckers move backwards. Said he smoking niggas out like backwards. Police bragging in the streets cause they clapped us. All the politicians and they feelings, and it's faster than any fast for. Education's on the rapture. I reverse all the spells on the caster. What about the broke ass college kids? Go to school just to get a job, follow this. Middle fingers up, see us swallow this. We abolishing all the hollow tips. If you racist, then we place you on the canvas. No mojo, no you can't stand us. Fight for what's right from Florida to Kansas. We revolutionize, you decide manners.
I love it. There's more of a wholesome vibe to this particular track. You know, talking about the sort of hypocrisies with like people sort of looking down on others and stuff, and college kids, you know, struggling to get a job with the story that they'll get paid to be able to make a living, and it's just there's a lot of sort of deception and nastiness going on, and it's nice to have that kind of hope and that need for revolution, I suppose.
You can die slow. Took a loss, but we looked up now. We coming for the money like what's up now? Yeah, we took a loss. What's up now? Yeah, we went to wild shit. What's up now? Yeah, we still believing. What's up now? With ease we receiving. What's up now? If we want it, we gon' get it like.
It's there's so much space because of the careful use of dynamic range here. Some instruments are deliberately quieter than others to allow room for the vocals to be the center of attention in the mix, like that synth I was talking about earlier. It's just, I wouldn't say it's a minimalist production because there's a fair bit of stuff going on in the effects change of the individual instruments, but at the same time, I can appreciate that they tried not to overcomplicate it, and I think that's really good.
What's up now? All for the big dreams. What's up now? Everybody spread love. What's up now? If you want it, let me hear you say, what's up now? Yeah, we took a loss. What's up now? Yeah, we went to wild shit. What's up now? Yeah, we still believing. What's up now? With ease we receiving. What's up now?
I like that. I have a lot of love for this message here within this track. I have a fair bit of respect for James Roan for taking this view on it. It's like he's reasonably controlled in the way he emotes throughout his music. Like he's able to say things maturely without coming across overly abrasive or anything like that. And he makes his point in a way that's succinct and respectful to the listener's sort of temperament and time. You know, talking about how if you want it, we're going to get it, like, and talking about the losses that were made, and it's sort of like immediately saying when people say we did this, it helps to get the listener involved in the story and make them feel like a part of it. And that's just a smart move. You know, if you include the listener, you're gonna have a much better time, especially with engagement for a 5-minute track.
I'm on a different page, you engage with the hate. I'm on your plate, you disgrace on your stage. Lying to the people, deceitful, and we knew like Hebrew language. You aiming for the payment.
I like with the Hebrew language, like following that stanza or that line into the next line, and sort of like making them kind of hang over the next four bars like that. I think it's really cool. It helps to connect them together.
The money government, you ain't saying shit. All of the authority and power, but still your priorities are sour. You can't fly over these towers, so fuck you, order these flowers. Can't never forget, pursue it through and through. Gets tough at times, but still do what you do. Getting easy to get sidetracked. This, no, believe me, they feeding you distractions. Turn on the TV to get a new reaction. Oh, so sleazy, greedy for the taxes.
Oh, so sleazy, greedy for the taxes. Damn, man. Is this talking about like sort of like a
Look, I'm aiming to get way higher, but still that cross on fire. And everybody wanna open fire over that place that's open for hire. Goddamn, when it's gonna stop? I ain't gonna stop till I finish on the top. Yo, took a loss, but we looked up now. We coming for the money like what's up now? Yeah, we took
coming back onto that. We're coming for the money. I get you. It's just elaborating on the story from different facets, and I think that's great. You know, like when you've got a 5-minute track like this, you can't afford to just throw everything at the listener at once, because then what are you going to do for the rest of the song? You have to carefully and cautiously elaborate over the course of a story. You know, both musical themes or both musical concepts have been strong across the 2 tracks so far as well. They're neutral enough to be able to sort of emote in a way that's flexible, and I think that James Roan has got a winner on his hands so far. Sounds like a label release.
If you want to let me hear you say, what's up now? Yeah, we took a loss. What's up now? Yeah, we went the wild shit. What's up now? Yeah, we still believing. What's up now? With ease we're receiving. What's up now? If you want it, we gon' get it like, what's up now?
You know, the chorus, this hook goes for a bit, but it's enough that if it was like, it's one of those hooks where like I get it because it's a longer form factor song, but if it had gone any longer, maybe it would have been a bit too much, but it finishes at just the right point. Here you go, into the interlude. Is that a bass guitar? It is a bass guitar, yay! Thank you for including an electric bass. I just like the tone of the steel strings in it, man. Like, I know that like sort of electronic synths and stuff are great. Having a bass guitar in there adds that extra bit of thickness and color to it in the high end. It's nice, you know? It's nice to hear his clean vocals as well, outside of the rapping.
Yo, go and put your hands up. It's a fact, put your hands up. Whatever you at, put your hands up. Nah, go and put your hands up. Go and put your hands up.
Sick, man.
It's a fact, put your hands up. Wherever you at, put your hands up. Now, go and put your hands up. Now.
Beautiful. Fantastic. I don't think that bass was there at the start of the song. Is it coming as a layer later on in the track? See, that's cool. That was very subtle, but I dig it. It would have been weird to have just had it come in specifically for only that point, so I understand why they included it earlier, but... Is that like slapped bass? Like pop slap? Slap pop, I mean. Really interesting musical concept here. I dig it, I have a lot of time for it. It's great, you know, that's true that we don't have time to muck around. We've really got to try and make the most of the opportunities that are present, and hopefully people listen to this track and feel motivated. I hope so. Exhale, number 3. And who's responsible for the production on this? Producer Jordo. Jordo is the producer for this track. Cool.
Let's go.
Exhale.
Where you at? Let's go. Where you at? Let's go. Yo. Where you at? Let's go.
Hang on a minute. Let me do something like just real quick. I've just noticed something. Here we go. Yeah. That way you see the whole album art, you know?
Where you at? Let's go. Yo. Where you at? I've been making hits for a long time, but they just now getting to you strong rhymes. But I know they can make a difference to you sewn ties.
Oh, this is some interesting sort of instrumentation going on here. There's some reverse notes here, reverse reverbs or something like that.
I'm a commission guru, long signs. Take collateral for missing no clues. Writing in, I'm driving. Be excited when we ride. No expressions for survivors.
It's very sort of, it's very colorful. It's sort of magical sounding, isn't it? But it's also kind of twisted at the same time. There's extended harmonies in there, I think, as well.
I'm making a change, I'm making it honest, taking an aim at all of your problems. Give me the pain and so many things I couldn't hang with none of that nonsense. Taking over, yeah, you know that I got big cojones. Yeah, they judge us from afar until they get to know us. But so
yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a bit of like that sort of bravado that comes in, big cojones and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, yeah, you know, James Roan is a likable sort of rapper and a likable performer, and so by this point in the album, you're like, yeah, man, you go for it. You know, it's cool.
So much for
That's
your
all
theory,
good.
though, through these stereos. You need to hear me flow, and here we go. Niggas really though. This for my Negroes and my Chicos. Living in the ghetto, scared of looking through the peepholes. I got a mission to complete to make a difference on these streets. Without persistence, though we treat hell of an inches, but discreet. I wanna get out of poverty. Oh no, it bothers me so. Grow, mo, do, ho.
But then, of course, am I covering up the exhale part? I don't know. I don't know. It's tricky. I hope I'm not covering up the name of this. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize that my webcam was covering up the name of the song. So, exhale. We've sorted it now. I'm on that side of the screen. Let's continue.
Those monopolies, they say that I should be an aristocrat. This and that, keep your distance back. Give me different facts. I ain't got time for your finicky ass. Like when my infinity crashed, we knowing that you finna be trash. Pick another, cause those gimmicks speak fast. My soul glow, pro flow, soul go. Give me these masks so I can massacre half of the passengers. Buckle it up once I fasten you back with a ratchet to summon it up.
Yeah, no, the guy like can show that he can rap quite quickly, but at the same time he continues to deliver these words nice and clearly, and I've got a lot of love for that. It is not an easy thing to do, to rap with the flow that James Roan has. It's not an easy thing to do, but he's managing to nail it. And he's not only rapping quickly, he's also very eloquent. He's got a great vocabulary and you know, fantastic diction, and it's just fantastic to hear him riffing and rhyming these words in the middle of sentences and like they're kind of just popping off one after the other. It's fantastic stuff. We've talked about some really dark stuff in the song, but
instead I had a celly that was prepaid.
Oh.
Girls never show me love cause I'm a weirdo saying that I'm lame, but bitch you still broke.
damn, that's a shame.
You think I'm playing? No,
Oh.
for real though, reject me again. We stumping your ass with steel toes. Inching up my prime year, she too easy for me. But keep it going, keep sleeping on me for real. For real. Keep it going, keep sleeping on me for real.
Repeating this line for effect. Yeah, it kind of, the music sounds like a bit of a dream sequence. I'm not totally sold on the way the percussion sounds, but at the same time, it's different. It's a different tone to some of the other sort of rhythms we had in the record, and I think that change is good as long as there's certain parts of it that remain stylistically consistent, which, of course, would be the vocals, James's vocals. Talking about his struggle growing up and where he was at in his environment, and dealing with the issues and the troubles there, and then dealing with people thinking he was a weirdo and stuff like that and looking down on him and not taking him seriously. It is a shame, you know, that he's had to go through that. I feel terrible for James. I suppose the only solace here is that it's potentially helped him to become the musician that he is today, and he's fantastic from what I've heard so far.
For real. For real, but keep it going, keep sleeping on me for real. No more section 8, now we flex it straight.
Yeah, these kind of very trippy kind of reverbs and delays and stuff like that. This is Jordo, was it? I think that was it. So you see, these producers obviously were allowed to put their own spin on James's style, and I think that's great.
Now we flex it straight. No more section 8, now we flex it straight. No more section 8, now I section straight. Yeah.
Yeah, like how do you come up with that kind of trippy, these melodies that are kind of sort of they're glisten, they're bright, they are pretty, but they're unusual, and they loop so well though. It's not like they're chromatic or anything like that in regards to the note choice. And you've got these kind of very kind of sensational pads and all that. It's phenomenal production work actually from Jordo. I really enjoy this. Exhale. You know, like I think that James has got a lot to say, to put it mildly, and I'm looking forward to what else we will we'll hear today. We got Glorified. I'm really glad I finally figured out where I was going to put my webcam. We've got Jordo is involved with this one as well. Cool. Glorified. Some vocal chops as well. I dig it. Great. Fantastic. Let's do it.
Yo, niggas better give me my credit. That's right, yeah, I said it. Haters trying to take my letters. Flow like cash, but I charge like debit.
Damn, man. It's so surreal having these kind of chorus, this choir stuff going on behind what James is doing. I'm not entirely used to it, but I dig it. It's a fresh vibe.
Ain't got time for the circus. Stay clear, even my surface. Been ready, ain't no rehearsing. Still, man, niggas won't give me my crown. Sending prayers up, hoping that I go down. Do it for myself and I still get robbed. No Chris Paul, I don't get no lies. My heart stays still, I don't get no throb. I work even though I don't get no job.
I work even though I don't get no job. Damn. Not getting the rewards. Not getting the credit that they deserve.
Even though I'm priceless, no MC couldn't mic this. Pull it up on cellular devices. Yeah, niggas ain't nothing like this. The nerve and the rise, new height is just your lucky route that I'm hyping. I'm grinding, I work all day from sunrise to sunset back to the day.
Yeah, when we have this kind of stuff going on where he's talking about his abilities and feeling confident about them, it's justified because of what we heard earlier in the record, and I think that it's a great progression. Now, you kind of have to prove that you can talk about what you're saying, what you're suggesting you're like, and James manages to back it up in a way that seems sincere and authentic based on what we've heard. So well done structuring it like this. Hey, give me more of this. I'm liking the difference between the rapping and the vocals here. Like we got like a lower and a higher part, which is on a borderline falsetto, and it's just beautiful, man. Glorified, my dude.
I'm running, but it ain't no track me. I'm an artist, I'm in the tracks me, the freight train, but it's what attracts me. The real wolf, so I get the last sheep. The real mad scientist on the lab sheet. No more being cooped inside. Oh, you telling me the truth plus lies. It don't matter what you decide. The industry better do what's right. I put the real artist over real garbage. It's D-Mark, I'm the new drill sergeant. You ain't shit rapping, you're the new target. It's cause I'm a starving artist.
Yeah, I don't always buy the angle I hear. The industry better move over for me, but in this case, I think James is like producing, or James is creating material at a level where like he could probably make some gains professionally, and where he does deserve some attention. And I really hope that he does. I really hope he gets some success with this record. I do. Power forward.
Wanna understand why I waited so long just to play my hand. They doing it well, but I'm doing it grand. They hope that I end up in sand. But this is my older man. Now I'm here to unfold my plan. And I'm grinding, I work all day from sunrise to sunset back to the day. I guess you'll love me more if I sell out, then I'll be glorified. This newfound status, I won't stop. Yeah, the underdogs will be on top. Yeah.
I'm just nodding my head to it because you've got this consistent groove that kind of empties out in these hook lines, but then the hook lines are so interesting because you'll do up the different vocals, and it's like, oh, I haven't heard much of this before in this record. You become used to the tones that have been presented before, and then you're surrounded by different ones, and it's just fresh sounding and nice and interesting and intriguing. It's interesting because one of the recorded vocal voices is so blunt. It goes da 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 da, and then you got the falsetto part. It's just a cool combination I haven't really heard before in these reviews. I work so hard now, it's my time. The musical sort of concept continues throughout.
Yeah, I'm showing off, but it's all for the motion. Never with it all on the line, am I choking? So many times your boy been broken, open but hoping we coasting and focus. Team going with no gas, breathing toxins with no mask. Wait by you, we just go past. Yeah, I glowed up, this is just pro class. Time is now, no more sidelines. Oh, rich motherfuckers give me the side eye. I don't need it no more, that's why I speak the real. No shit, voila. It's D-Mark, no scene, no we active. Best believe with the team we adapting. Nerves in time, nah, I ain't capping. Round of applause when I'm tipping up my hat then. Grinding, I work all day from sunrise, sunset, back to the...
Yeah, excellent. We're returning to this hook line. I'm liking that we don't just go on a completely new story. We kind of bring it back to where we were before and kind of rein it in a little bit so that there's some connection between the different verses. Great work. Shout out as well to James Roan for including like lyric videos. You know, when he is sort of rapping as quickly as he is at times, it's great to have that frame of reference there, even if he does perform quite clearly. Not sure if I was super vibing with how it finished. It seemed like it kind of stuttered at the end, you know what I mean? At the same time, though, I've got a lot of love for the fact that that one sort of musical concept there where you had the glittery kind of synths and the vocal chops and the drums and stuff like that. The fact that that managed to last as long and remained as intriguing as it did for the 3 minutes, that's not necessarily an easy thing to do, and that's a tribute to the music production that's going on and the vision of the people involved in regards to the combination of James's vocals. I think that's great. I'm glad that it didn't go longer than 3 minutes, as I feel like you do not need to kind of switch things up a little more in the instrumental section to kind of keep things sounding engaging. You need to have changes there, but sub 3 minutes, so good. All right, what do we got next? Ah, Jordo, before we pass. So Jordo is involved in a fair bit of this stuff, isn't he?
Yo,
Or
mic
aren't
check,
they?
mic check. I think that's good. You can leave the volume in the headphones like that. Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Okay, where are we going with this one?
Before we pass, before we pass.
Oh man, that sub bass, that 808 or whatever is going on there, man, it's rocking it, dude.
Before we pass. Look, there's some things I should have took. We need to reopen. No, I wrote this another book. Leave you shook. Some are sane and some are crooks. We humans trying to change, let it ring off the hooks. It feels like we declining, experimenting for they science instead of fixing our own climate, blowing the pistons and we ain't even driving.
Okay, so we're talking about our legacy and our lives and like where we leave things when we depart.
Soulful mission, I'm keeping right behind it. This the difference, I'm working, you hiding. We ain't forget shit, you rich bitch signing. This is something that you should know, no. We won't give up, we won't go.
Well done, Jordo's production is quite varied. It's nice to have these different elements approached and stuff like that. And yeah, those drums are sounding nice and clean. Those acoustics.
Ain't forsaking the police officer, don't let the fofo blow. We minorities lasting, but in the ghetto, man, they keep blasting. How the children gonna go to class when they get sprayed up? What are you, assassins?
They get sprayed up. What are you, assassins? It sounds terrible. Like honestly, the music sounds incredibly sad and sort of like wistful.
Damn, life is getting hard as a rock. I'm getting worn out, worse than my socks. When will it stop?
Where are we going with this?
Before we pass. It's bigger than me, I'm painting, but the picture you don't see. I'm growing cold and old as can be. I tried to grow, but they stole my reach. But I ain't never let it stop me. You should always stay true. Keep fighting for your dreams, you just gotta make truce. I wanna end.
You just gotta make truce. You just gotta find peace there somewhere so that you can focus on what's important.
World hunger, know it sound real stupid. I ain't lying, swear I ain't lying.
Oh, I get it. So they're filtering the drums as well to kind of let them sort of like be a little bit more subtle, and then they get rid of the filter to make them sound kind of free, kind of separate that verse into. I get you.
I plan my uses to the world. I do this to be an inspiration for my girls and the fellas. Treat the ladies like they Cinderellas. Being humble, man, is always cool to me. Trusting anyone, you jumping in the pool of sleep.
I get it. Sweet. So this explains the behavior and the overall sort of like persona that we've experienced so far with James Roan.
Keep your friends close, but your family closer. Cause your enemies, they're enemies. They'll know when it's over. Before we pass, before we pass. Before we pass, I tried to make a difference, but I let them steal my vision. Well, at least I ain't dead or depressed in prison. So I could always bounce back.
It's interesting how much sort of space there is in this section without that percussion there in the bass. It sounds like it's kind of floating a little bit, like he's considering it internally, thinking on this stuff. Almost becomes sort of philosophical, I suppose.
Back. I tried to make a difference, but I let them steal my vision. Well, at least I ain't dead or depressed in prison. So I could always bounce back. So I could always bounce back.
Damn, man, that's deep. It's interesting that, like, even though he's talking about how things aren't completely screwed up, you still feel a lot of sympathy for him for the position that he's in, because it's still not particularly fantastic, you know? It's not a great time for everyone involved. For that to be the standard, to not be, like, dead or depressed in prison, right? Back to Koolizm 101 for engine running. Sweet. Oh, is there a bit of a interesting sort of delay on that kit, their drum kit?
Yo.
Okay.
Power forward, power forward.
Hang on a minute. Just double checking something. I was just tripping for a minute to make sure this was a 6th track.
Yo. I can be minding my business, trying to survive comfortably, but all the haters still comes to me, and I be up late night, straight tight, trying to conquer beats, but all the haters still comes to me.
Hell yeah. I'm liking the 8th note group 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's so strong with those kicks there. Vocal chops. Come with that brass.
When will you niggas really understand? I'm thunder, man. I run a land as long as my engine running. And yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my engine running. And yo, you know the kid.
Okay, I'm wondering if those backing vocals there are like a little bit loud in the mix. They're quite dominant among everything else, especially when they come back into the middle. And maybe it's just maybe there was some really cool stuff done with the kind of make it sound like it's around you. I'm not sure, but just
It's coming, I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my engine running. And yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my engine running. And yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something.
I promise we can get into something.
I'm about to overshine while you robbing, doing colder crimes, still putting in overtime. Balance my foot is below the lines. I hold your mind and go behind.
He effortlessly goes between 16th notes and 16th triplets, and with the way he raps and sings, and it's just makes it sound so simple. But you know there's some work behind that, you know?
The closest trying to bold the kind, bold define. I told you why I'm posted thrive. We won't decide what's next. And I don't really care about the naysayers, cause they stay faker than everything that's on your face. Makeup, I may shake up the place. Say what? They can't stay touched. Disgrace player. Keep it smooth like layup.
There's these basketball like analogies, like layups and like references to sidelines and stuff like that, and I get a feeling that might be something that like is a power forward a position in basketball. I'm potentially showing my ignorance here. Yeah, I'm gonna stop before I get myself in trouble.
You ain't working like I'm working. Still these labels might go and try folks who be spitting on terrific pyro. Fireworks setting fires, but the Lambos be their best desire.
Oh no, yeah. So he's talking about making his own games in the industry and stuff like that, and commenting on other rappers who are more interested about making just for the Lambos.
Them the niggas that try to prove that they the best for hire. Instead they letting go of the ones that really breed this shit. Go free and shit. I'm sick of dope niggas getting no figures but no more. Cause this hope is in us. Yo, as long as my engine running. And yo, you know they kid.
Yeah, there's a definite increase in the volume at that point. Could be my headphones, but
And yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my engine running. And yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my engine running. And yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. We could get into something. I ain't got time for your games played in different ways. I ain't got time for that phase. Made to get up stage. I'm pushing through regardless what they put me through. My mindset is Pyrex, my dialect is mouth stretched. Above the music that you niggas making, still be patient. Demonstrations really laced with confined rhymes. Humble, chill, be patient. Having conversations with my soul, body, and spirit. It's the clearest difference. I just got the gift. I'm fearless.
damn, he knows. He's got self-confidence, man. He knows what he's capable of. I dig that.
Mission, all poetic, still commence the sentence. Never mind, I'm high shit. I'm lying, yo. No joints in my system, no weed beat, I still dismiss them tendencies not to forgive them. Double C's counting commission, no indication of sadness. I'm on some mad shit, I'm glad it's solely dependent on my passion.
Solely dependent on my passion, right? Yeah, it's there's a passion for the music and it comes through quite clearly in this, you know.
The real MC about to overflow, hacking your shit system overload. Yo, I told you as long as my engine running, and yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my engine running, and yo, you know the kid is coming. I promise we could get into something. Yo, as long as my
Yeah, I'm starting to get used to the backing vocals now. There's also some vocals that there's like a higher octave version of that that's in the background. There's a little bit of tension to it. But the music ultimately sounds kind of upbeat. And I kind of like that, you know, like the positivity surrounding feeling productive and not needing to be paid in order to do it. You know, I think that's a great thing. You know, making material, it's great to see James Roan so passionate about this type of art form. It does come across as quite organic and authentic. Some nice some nice vocal chops in there in regard, as well as the brass and some stuff interesting. There's two chords in each of these progressions.
I promise as long as my engine running. Kid is coming, I promise. I promise as long as my engine running. Kid is coming, I promise. I promise as long as my engine running.
Yeah, as long as his engine running, he's gonna continue to do his thing, and ain't nobody gonna stop him, man.
Kid is coming, I promise. I promise.
Hey, sick, fantastic. And that's it. No thank you, Interlude. And we've got a... Oh, cool. So, vocals by James Roan, Erica, and others. Okay, awesome. No thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, miss. I have a project that I'm passing out. You can pretty much call it an album, and it's rap. Would you mind taking it from me, if you don't mind?
Is it on the radio?
No, it's not on the radio. But I still think you
no,
could.
thanks then. Bye.
Okay, all right.
That's harsh, man. People giving you music.
Fine.
Is this real? Is this what it's like? That's brutal, man.
I got this project. Oh, sir, excuse me, sir. I have a project that I'm giving out called Power Forward. Could you mind taking a listen to it? I have a CD here for you.
No, absolutely not. Get away from me. No thank you.
Yo. Hey, man, I got this project called Power Forward that I'm working on. I want you to take a listen to it. I have a CD here for you.
I don't like this very much. It makes me feel sad.
Man, you can keep it. Nah, I only like trap or heavy bass kind of rap. You know, like Chief Keef or something.
Oh, okay, all right.
Imagine only liking one type of music. And what a sad life that is, man. I know people who base their entire identities on a type of music as well. It's wild, man. And like, don't get me wrong, like I get it. You know, music is very meaningful to people and all that kind of stuff. But when you're taken to the extreme of not listening to anything else, yeah, that was rough. Summarized. Wow. Who is this by? This is Wisemen featuring Koolizm 101. Koolizm did the production on it as well.
Them odds stacked against me, I never call it even. The main reason I'm on my job like Steven. I made sacrifices like Christ.
You got some guitar and bass and some synthy stuff.
I'm still bleeding. Conquer all above you heathens. I'm the truth and I speak it. My approach so deacon.
I'm liking the distortion of these drums. They sound like they're overdriven. They go kind of tone to it, and I'm loving that. It's nice to have a little bit more kind of savagery with it. Like for it not to be like a clean kind of tone, you know what I mean? Like it's nice to have a little bit of what's the word that I'm looking for here? Like a little bit of kind of grittiness to it.
time steady ticking, yeah. It's my turn signal steady ticking, yeah. It's 2020, nigga, still lacking vision, yeah. I'm the answer if you ever bring a questionnaire. I'm top 3, I'm in the mix like the engineer. I got my foot on the pedal while your engine wear. You see my drive with your petty and you can't compare. Stunting on you silly rabbits in these joints. You're looking at royalty in the flesh, no disguise, man.
The music, the concept is just repeating itself, and it allows him to. So I'm assuming this is Koolizm 101 potentially, who's rapping in this part.
This crown on my head like a wise man. I wish you well and break a leg like thighs, man. You going out on a limb, it ain't wise. You're looking at royalty in the flesh, no disguise, man. I wear this crown on my head like a wise man. I wish you well and break a leg like thighs, man. You going out on a limb, it ain't wise.
This is a head knocker. I pledge proper. Stuff you in a red locker. Give me the mess doctor. Stuck in a microphone.
It's great to hear these guys collaborate like this in a track. You know, I didn't realize that Koolizm 101 was a rapper. But he spits pretty well, and so does James Roan, and it's great that with this work together done on previous tracks, that they're both getting an opportunity to speak their truth.
As much as a flight of old age, rushing the night of blown rage. Luck when you nice up on stage. Ain't nobody realer than this. How real can it get? I rap harder than your villages with pilgrims and shit.
Harder than your villages, pilgrims and shit.
Mask off, the glasses tossed, the past the talk, the fastest lost comes when you stepping up. I had to walk the gladdest boss, sporadic cloth, the baddest loft is what we resting up. Niggas gotta know how to be wise when you counting chips. No pun intended, nigga, don't trip. You couldn't step up to a nigga cause your shoe ain't got no grip. You try to do a shit, you might slip. This is a slight grip. To the industry, know we coming. I face forward, backwards, no fronting, and no stunting.
Royalty in the flesh, no disguise, man. I wear this
So, like, are these guys talking about how, like, their rap royalty, even if they're not recognized by the industry and stuff like that, and how they're staying humble and stuff like that, but at the same time, they know they've got these skills, and the world should be kind of keeping an eye out for them? You know, like, and they're communicating to other people and saying, yo, you good luck to you too, you know, break a leg, you know, do the best you can. But maybe don't, like, try to step to us too much. And repeating that hook twice for effect. There's just so much going on with the instrumentation, man. There's like triplet groove going on in there. You got these vocal chops as well, and some parts are quite subtle, and I didn't hear them straight away. Oh, some clean vocals in there as well. I dig that. Great work. Charming. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up some stuff from the shops. Actually, no, there's only 7 minutes. We can watch the rest. It's cool. Let's do it. Patrollin by producer Imborn. Cool. Let's do this. We got time. It's all good. I have no idea how long this review is gonna be. There's so much going on immediately with this composition, but the keys, drums, synths, several vocal layers. Oh man, Patrollin, there's so much going on with this. It's even like a little bit overwhelming, but like it's meant to grab your attention, and that's fine.
Get on the cart, nigga.
Okay. This doesn't sound like this doesn't sound particularly peaceful. I get a sense of unrest from this.
Sitting on the sideline, gotta stay clear of the cops with the drive-bys. You couldn't decide my memories of our lives.
We got these sort of harmonized vocals like in some of the previous tracks within this record, and it's unsettling. This song is a little bit unsettling, is it? I don't know. Like, I dig it, but it kind of really it kind of pisses me off that people have to live in situations like this where they have to avoid this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we hurt, yeah, we pissed, this why I ride. Tired of the beat downs, tired of interrogations, no bush to
How horrendous.
Far from your legislation, running out of patience, anger taking us to places that I never been, just to cope with Popo being racist, damn.
Damn, that bass speeding up there and becoming a little bit sort of discordant is emblematic, I think. Kind of the feelings of people having to experience this kind of BS on a daily basis.
And they strolling, you know the cops always patrolling.
See, the backing vocals are a little bit, in my opinion, they're a little bit better balanced than one of the other tracks, I think, earlier on, where, like, we had kind of quite loud backing vocals, and it sort of was a little bit unfortunate because the production for the vast majority of the songs within this album has been really stellar, you know?
Nice car, think it's stolen. I'm spitting heat, but heat's what they holding. And I don't want no black eyes. Latinos and black guys go through it all the time. They call it crime for
the fact that, like, Latinos and black guys go through it all the time really kind of makes me upset. Like, I hear about this stuff happening. And then through these reviews, I've heard song after EP after album of people discussing the injustices that people that people experience. It's awful, man. People deserve better than this.
They stat lines. The wave need to change. This is why I'm calling it off. Saying that they gon' stop. They lying. The progress is small. Patrolling. You know they are patrolling. You're patrolling. You know they are patrolling. You're patrolling.
Kind of the music kind of reminds you of some of the stuff happening in the 70s and, like, very, very early 80s with, like, the I don't know, the kind of woodwind stuff going on with the flutes and stuff. It's kind of unsettling because it reminds me that this stuff has been happening for quite a while. You know what I mean? And there hasn't been a lot of progress since some of the sort of genre influences of music like this might have come into play. You know, it's a shame.
You know they are patrolling. You're patrolling. You know they are patrolling.
And the bass line is so pretty, and the music's so gorgeous. If you remove the subject matter, that it sounds really peaceful and, like, kind of like, oh yay, you know, like, this is nice, relaxing music. But the content is so intense.
You're patrolling. You know they are patrolling. You're patrolling.
And the fade out.
You know they are patrolling. You're patrolling. You know they are patrolling. You're patrolling. You know they are.
That was it. That was it. We got featured artist Little Ominous with producer Stoic. Jumpin' for something.
Yo, it's the calm before the storm.
Okay, where are we going? Oh, trap hi-hats? Okay, where are we going with this?
Yo, we got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for. Yo, we got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here.
Ooh, that's kind of dope to have that on the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the second and fourth beats. It's almost an offbeat, but then you've got the hi-hat groove there.
Jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Yo, reached out to my homeboy Armin.
Oh, it could actually be 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and yeah, it's actually really, really low tempo, offbeat. Oops.
Yes, we promising, we here to bring dominance, astonishing. Your mind still pondering. You couldn't fuck with me, that's just common sense, huh? We here to take all the titles, we evolve and keep solving, be gone to rivals, huh? Eradicate all just like you, a new calling till the money be tall as Eiffels. Yo, ain't here to waste dumb time. A mercenary, merchant heavy on the front lines, building. While you doing coke lines, we steady taking names, it's just our kind of healing.
Healing. So it's talking to the people higher up who are kind of a little bit complacent on it and saying, hey, whilst you're doing all that relaxing stuff, we're making some gains whilst you're being a little bit complacent. And oh no, really, that fire, man, really laying it down. So you ain't even shit anymore. Damn. Cutthroat, man. No mercy.
these motherfuckers here jumping for. Yo, we got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something. Got these motherfuckers here jumping for something.
Jumping for something. I been getting to the fucking money. Coming through the hundreds. Ayo, make them flip like an onion. Now coming for the title, all these rappers, I'ma hunt them. Gut them. Yeah, I gotta rush them. Quick, all the fronting. I can tell a pussy when a pussy start bluffing. I'ma bring the smoke to your mouth like you puff.
This guy's got a little bit more of a staccato, kind of like it's very kind of, there's a faster attack on what he's saying, so it's very kind of percussive, and I like that change from James Roan's sort of slightly smoother sort of delivery.
Got the AK-47 like I'm Russian. I'ma let the bullets fly till there's nothing. Hotter than your mama's pie in the oven. When they see me with that fire, boy, you running. Posted with my goons and you know they gunning. Got too many poles, I ain't even blunt, man. With the sticks and rounds like I'm high school drunk, man.
With the sticks and rounds like I'm high school drumming. Damn, and we'll go that that kind of groove there to it. I like it. Okay, yeah, both James and a little ominous did well here. I enjoy both their performances. They are different enough in the mix that you could tell them apart easily. Great work. A little bit more intense with delivery on Low Ominous's part, talking about the guns and the AK-47s and stuff like that. But yeah, that is fine. You know. It's free though, you gotta have your own identities put into a song. I know it was more than just the AK-47 stuff, but like I like the Poles with the plumber kind of line as well. There's some really cool wordplay going on here, and it's fantastic. And that synth there, wow, you got like low bass and just a really cloudy, shady kind of sort of pad synth there with a whole lot of content going on there and a whole lot of uncertainty. Jumping for something. People don't even know why they're jumping, man. They're just trying to make it by, man. Trying to make do. James Roan Couldn't Touch Us, motherfucker, featuring Beijing Baby. Production by Donny Katana. Cool, this is the final track off the record. Pretty crazy. Interesting journey we've been on. It's been very quick, hasn't it, actually?
They never know what they had to know. They never know what they had to know. They never know what they had to know. Yo, this is what it be, motherfucker. Fuck up. But you can't see, you couldn't touch us. It's only you and me, motherfucker. Too extreme, couldn't touch us. Blow the scene, motherfucker. Fuck up. This is what it be, motherfucker.
Because we got some more sort of contemporary hip hop trap influences within this track.
But you can't see, you couldn't touch us. It's only you and me, motherfucker. Too extreme, couldn't touch us. Blow the scene, motherfucker. Yo. Making it climb to the top of the charts. Breaking your time, yeah, we clocking and start. Stay keep in mind, you're reclining in the dark. Just another sign, we designed it in March. Hold your own, keeping it on so strong. Even I couldn't tell. Oh shit, oh well, yo shit, so still, so fit, so frail. Who's this broke male? The lyrical nerd is in the building. The spirit you heard is on the little ends. I spin you tour, you know I kill trends. Bringing it back, this what I real land. The ball is in.
Yeah, that 808 is primed, man. That is a beautiful sort of 808 sort of bass we've got in there as well with the drums and these I don't know how do you describe those synths that we've got there?
This is all me, I'm so sure, but I still won't fall. Keep your old source, you couldn't call me with no force. I guess that's all for the day. Stay out of my way. Real niggas don't play when it comes to the cake. You said your fate, but I won't.
There's a portamento to that lead synth actually, in the way that it's not interrupting the lyrics. The vocalists are not trying to sort of take away from what they're saying. Be the center of attention is something that's kind of dope and kind of appreciable.
I ain't gotta do that just to be great. I bet you won't prove that just to be safe. Well, it's still too soon, but it ain't too late. Now we booming all over the place. Yo, this is what it be, motherfucker. Fuck up. But you can't see, you couldn't touch us. It's only you and me, motherfucker. Too extreme, couldn't touch us. Blow the scene, motherfucker. Fuck up. This is what it be, motherfucker. Fuck up. But you can't see, you couldn't touch us. It's only you and me, motherfucker. Too extreme, couldn't touch us. Blow the scene, motherfucker. Fuck up.
Cool, yeah, we're vibing with that hook again. We're repeating it for effect.
I've been down so long, I just been counting my blessings. It ain't no secret, I can keep it just right here in my confession. Had to go get in my bag, ain't got no
time for these bitches. And I'm sticking to the script. I told the God and he listened. I done took so many chances. I done dodged penitentiary. I done made it out the jungle. Now these fuck nigga feel me. Consequences, repercussion from the way I was living. Had me robbing, popping mileage. I was going out with jigging. Had to get my shit together.
Oh, so this guy's been over a real ride, hasn't he? This is talking about his life and where he's come from and how nobody can touch him because he's a new person and he's, you know, put a lot of, like the gains over that time have made him who he is today.
Without a cause, I was breaking and entering. Had to reevaluate my circle. We were going on the missions. Got my heart locked in the body street that made me aggressive.
Oh, we're going down tempo? The underdogs be a winner, I told you so, I'm a winner. Nice way to finish the album, actually. And we're just finishing like that. Just before I go as well, Beijing Baby's vocals were nice and melodic there. I enjoyed his rapping and the pace and the phrasing of it, but also it was nice to have that additional sort of melodic interest there. Damn, is that the album? That's the album, isn't it? Crazy, dude. Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. We'll make that a theater mode. Cool, we can see that. That's fine. You know, when I look through the songs that we've had today, you know, Intro Overtime, What's Up Now, Exhale, you know, Glorified, Before We Pass, there have been tracks that have talked about sort of the way, you know, James Roan's journey as a musician and where he's come from and where he's going, his dealings with other people in the industry and his frustrations with not getting enough attention for his work despite the work he's put in, and the fact that he knows that he's a really competent musician and it's just been really difficult for him to get that kind of airtime. You know, Before We Pass, talking about our sort of legacy and the struggles that come from, you know, simply existing in a world where a lot of people aren't really ready to take responsibility and those people are in power. You know, What's Up Now, sort of, you know, there's music that's meant to motivate you, to empower you to do better and to kind of talk about, go for better things. Some of the music discusses the you know, the challenges that have been overcome and the dangers that have been dodged. And I think that a lot of it is great. Talking, you know, Engine Running, talking about how we, you know, we have these creative instincts and they can kind of be hampered by our want to make money. But the most important thing we can do is be authentic to ourselves and make music that we're passionate about. And, you know, we talked about Patrollin, which was, of course, about being harassed by police and you know, songs like No Thank You, where it was talking about people not wanting to listen to songs unless there's a lot of different elements were discussed here. In addition to the really phenomenal music from various producers that I mentioned throughout this review, I have enjoyed my time with Power Forward by James Roan. I'm sorry I couldn't get the webcam in the right place all the time, but I think we got there in the end. Please do take your time and listen to this album from start till finish. There's a lot of really great material here. I mean, like, it's on this album is on Spotify now as well. Anyway, he's got like music videos and stuff like that as well. It's incredible to me that James Roan isn't bigger than he is. He's sounding like he's come out of a label. He's sounding like he's signed. You know, the production for the most part is at a level where I feel is very professional. There was the occasional part where maybe the instrumentation was a little bit busy. There was like one too many layers for me to really sort of enjoy it. Or like, I think in one track, the backing vocals were a little bit too loud. But ultimately, I think for the most part, this is a very strong record that I think elevates James Roan as a musician and offers him a platform to speak his truth. And there's enough change throughout the album for it to remain fresh, exploring different sort of genres. Like, there are a lot of 70s and 80s influences combined with hip-hop and sort of trap elements and some interesting sort of like wave-ish, new wave-ish kind of grooves as well. it was nice to hear the occasional acoustic drum kit with like the drum machines and sort of pads and synths and guitars and woodwinds and all those other instruments and electric bass as well as 808s. And I think the most important thing is for me, I didn't get bored at any point. I was loving it. You know, like we did have quite long hooks in, you know, What's Up Now, but aside from that, like everything was pretty much the way it needed to be. I understood the vision we were going. And again, shout out to James Roan for putting lyrics in his video. I really appreciate it. As a music reviewer, it's great to have that reference on screen so that you can read along the lyrics whilst you listen, because otherwise you've got to listen through the track again to try and make sure you didn't miss key lyrics, and it's rough, you know. Ultimately, though, this was my review of James Roan's Power Forward. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go check out James Roan's, you know, various social medias and YouTube and Spotify and all that. Stay cool, stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you next review. Spider hands out.